Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands 2. It's been a little bit over a month, I would say, since I've played Borderlands 2. I had to take a break to cover the Halloween month of October, in which I want to play more scary games than Borderlands 2, for example. A lot of things certainly have happened in the meantime. As far as shift codes, 3 shift codes came out, and only one of them was still valid by the time I launched it today and entered it. So, yeah, unless you're really on top of things, a lot of these 5 golden key shift codes aren't going to be valid by the time you, say, wanted to spend a couple of weeks playing a different game. It's kind of crazy that they're still pushing you to play Borderlands 2 so many years in, but then again, Borderlands 3 is still not out, which is certainly interesting. So let's click continue and see where we are. I guess we're in Sanctuary. I'm not 100% sure what we did. You have 50 golden keys available for use. To use the golden key, use the mysterious loot chest in the Sanctuary. The higher your level, the better your loot. I suspect I might be in a good position to do this. Like, I have 50 exactly right now. Let's look at our loot. We're just gonna have to do some catch up and see where we are. Most of our equipment is at level 19, 20 something, relatively low, so we've been doing a lot of leveling up. Meanwhile, we have the Bandit Slaughter round 2, which would probably be a very good quest to do, and we have several other things that it looks like we can do for the moment, all of these being DLC story missions. So yeah, eventually we're going to work our way to the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve, but we've got this undiscovered mission in the fridge and these two. So let's start with this. Let's see.
Your eyes deceive you.
I have to remind myself what button does what, because it's been a long time.
I've been relocated to Sanctuary against everyone's better judgment. Not my own, mind you. I never wanted to be here. I was perfectly content to live out my days in a non-standard living arrangement with 2 ceiling chairs I met at a bar fight. Oh, they're adorable. They barely speak any English. And if you have to ask what a ceiling chair is, I pity the life you've wasted.
So we're getting Dr. Tanner's recordings. I'm remembering some of these.
In the room. The reason for my relocation was an elongated and systematically unpleasant torture at the hands of Jack's cronies. Roland and his well-defined pectoral muscles were kind enough to entrust the vault key with me after the awakening of the Destroyer, not to be confused with the Warrior. Seriously, those sound nothing alike.
So, little things to pick up. I guess I could still do a lot of that. Not sure any of it matters so much.
Oh, right. Torture. I asked nicely on several occasions to take proper precautions against bacteria on the instruments, but it fell upon idiotic ears. As they cut into my flesh over and over, I would fade in and out of consciousness and whisper to the ceiling chairs that it was going to be okay. Clark was afraid at first. His 4 legs trembled against the cold ceiling, but he knew he had to be strong for me.
See, this feels like a visual glitch. Also seems like the order in which I'm picking up these recordings don't matter. So that is kind of an interesting twist. In a weird way, playing Dead Space 2, you can really come back and appreciate Borderlands 1 and 2 as just a much better series, a much better shooter game that has RPG elements in it. a much better series in just the variety of enemies, and this game isn't really full of variety, but it's better than Dead Space 2. The variety of encounters is much larger in Borderlands.
Philippe.
It's just a bigger game in general.
Philippe was so brave.
Hey, this is
so
this
brave
guy.
For me when the rotary saws began to ply his legs from his body.
Where's Dr.
Thor cried
Zed?
out for his brother, even when one of the torturers inadvertently sat on him and muffled his cries. The last thing Philippe said before he passed on to the great wooden beyond was, "I love you, Patty. I love you." And then he was gone.
Like, I can barely even see Dr. Zed there.
How you doing, fellow Vault Hunter? Oh, found something you might want.
I thought this was the guy that got killed.
I'll be back around Sanctuary later. I might have something good for you then.
So this is the guy that...
If you see me in town later, hit me up. I might have something else for you.
This is, I think, a guy that won a contest or something, and he's a pretty cool guy. I don't recall actually dealing with him, however, in the first time I played this game, so maybe he was added later, or I don't know. I hate that banging. Like, why program one character?
You're hoping to see a Vault Hunter around here?
It's pretty dark in the shadow there, too.
It's lonely here in Sanctuary. Sure, Clork prattles around on the ceiling, but it's hardly the same. Jack has taken so much from me. Jack has taken the only happiness I've ever had in his asinine quest for the warrior and more power. Revenge is as pointless as music, but on this occasion, I will allow myself the revenge. I will allow myself to aid in his downfall. Mark my words, Jack. You're going to die.
So, she's got like a chair on the ceiling she believes she sees. Hey, I just finished a quest. That's pretty cool. We're finding little bits of iridium. Is that it? Yeah. I have to remind myself what the items are called. There is no chair on the ceiling though. So we turn it in.
Ah, the chronicles of my torture. I shall warm up some cold cocoa and listen to these again.
So, small quest, but getting us some experience. I suppose it's worth mentioning that in the meantime between recording Season 3 of the Walking Dead Telltale game, and which is a Telltale game same as, let's see, in the same way as the Tales from the Borderlands is a Telltale game, Telltale has announced that they're shutting down and pretty much canceling any and all projects. Slight question whether they will even finish the final season of The Walking Dead, the game that made them rather popular and successful in the first place. Which is, it's funny because I just covered Season 3 and won't have mentioned anything about that because it was all pre-recorded footage, and now I'm going to have to now's, I guess, the best time at all to mention that. It's not really going to affect the Borderlands series too much, other than if there ever is a new Tales from the Borderlands series, it probably is going to come at the expense of being made by some other team. It's possible, however, that some of the writers or programmers who worked at Telltale get hired at Gearbox. So I'm gonna, I think, have to drink alcohol Drink 3 lagers. But am I at the point where I want to do that? Because I'm going to get drunk and then I'm going to go to another area. So maybe we're done. Do I want to save up to spend 100 for that? Or would it just be smarter? I think it would probably be smarter in the long run to increase all of the guns. So let's just try that. Like, start with that one. Start with that one. Start with that one.
Somebody actually paid for that.
That one. And now I'm at 15. And so I'm like 1 iridium short. And I think it is just time to, since we've taken a break, start spending some of these keys. Maybe we will decide to spend just 5, maybe 10, and we'll sell the rest of them and see what happens at that point. I'm still just getting purples, whereas if I, in the longer run, held on to these till a new game plus or a max level run, which would probably be 2 new game pluses, playing the game twice at least, or 3 times. Like, that probably is the smarter move, because then I'd be getting, or at least better quality purples, if not perhaps max level purples or gold. And I'm still in a very weird position using these keys because these guns are so much better than what you would get normally that throughout the gameplay you have no chance whatsoever of ever picking up and trying a new gun. Not when you're just playing the numbers. Okay, so we have a shotgun here. Did we get any shotgun? Let's see. This shotgun shoots corrosive bullets that have a lot less accuracy, so they scatter out. But it has a lot more zoom, and it has a lot more magazine size at 21. So I'm gonna probably say yes to that. And, you know, instead of just saying yes to this, why don't I equip it? And while we're at it, let's just take off all of these. And let's see, what else we have? Class mods. Don't want that one. I don't think I can use that one. Yeah, I can't use that one. I hate that the music got quiet. We've already unlocked that. This is something that would increase the max health, so we can sell those. I think we probably can also sell these guns that I don't know where I even picked those up from. Alright. Do I have any rocket launcher that's better than what I have? We have one that does about 800 more damage for being slightly less accurate. Fire rate being slower. Deals heavy elemental damage against armor. Let's see, instead of 5, they're both Malawon. In the end, I think I have to equip that one. Yeah. I would generally not want to have every single gun do the exact same thing, but yeah. Seems like really I'm just pushing the numbers up higher. This one is faster rate, slightly less damage. I think we equip that one instead. Yeah. And do we have anything else in that style of gun? No. Sniper gun now. Do we have an improvement on a sniper rifle? I don't know if we even got any sniper rifle improvements. Let's see. We have a fire sniper rifle that does about 40 less damage, but has higher accuracy, a much higher fire rate, a much bigger magazine size. So I'll go ahead and equip that. Yeah, and this is just a lot of playing menu hero. And it's all kind of just boiling down to, I'm going to get some money from this. I'm going to use the money to, I guess we can go ahead and say no to that gun. I'm going to use the money to gamble. And in the effort of gambling, I will, let's see. This is a slag gun with 3 times the zoom. I have to, I think, equip it, but it's really just a mediocre upgrade. It's not exactly what I would want. So I'm hoping I can find something better. But yeah, we jump back into Borderlands. And yeah, I'm in a weird position. Definitely. Having played a lot of Borderlands before this. And then playing Dead Space, which is a slightly different game. But then also having to deal with just some like generic burnout, as best as I can call it, of just having played too many games. In between the last episode and this one, I've decided that I really need to realign what kind of games I'm playing. Now, this really wouldn't be a case for changing anything as far as playing Borderlands 2, but there's been several games that I've played in an effort to really just create content. A lot of the kids' games I've played, for example, weren't things that I think were in line of what I naturally would have played. A lot of the Hearthstone cards playing is a great example of just like games I would really have never chosen for myself. Man, I got a lot of these single-handed guns. Let's see. Might be in a pretty good position to sell everything. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of different ways to run my channel and take it a little bit easier and get back to the way things were when I first started my channel and not exhaust myself. So sell all that trash. That's 28,000. And let's see. That leaves me. You still have oddly 2 loadouts. Like there's 8 guns you can use, or 6 guns types you can use. So who's using the double type? A shotgun here versus a shotgun here. Yeah. So this one needs to go. So what is the one type of gun I don't even have one of? There's 4 here and 2 there. Alright. Yeah, so there's 6 types of guns and 4 slots. That's pretty crazy. And I guess I stopped at the right place because this is gonna let me just warm up my fingers. Like, that way we don't run into too much of a problem where had I immediately jumped into the slaughter dome, I feel like I probably would have had some disappointing shooting. Although, in all honesty, I'm not sure how much of that's really going to change, even putting 15 minutes into gambling. But it totally makes all the sense in the world to do this. The good news is I think you can probably just sell everything you get. Like, all of these gambling returns are useless. This whole system's pretty bad. At the number of hours we are into it, the amount of money I would like to be spending should be a lot higher. I should be able to max bid 5 times. I've probably said this dozens of times. It sounds like I've said it a dozen times at least. And just save some time. Like, $22,000 doesn't help one bit. The other thing they could have done is they could have had a system where $10,000 equals 1 iridium, and that you could just trade iridium for 10,000. Like a straight exchange rate would have been fine. The other items I get in a system like this are useless because of the golden keys. But they would have been relatively useless anyways. And I don't think that there's a reason to sit on thousands and thousands of cash. It would be very frustrating for most players if they came back and said, yes, you have to pay us $10,000 to progress forward in the story. How far are we really to the story? I think we're pretty close. Like, I don't think that there's more than maybe 2 or 3 major areas, maybe even a lot less than that. That the last major area we go to might be the end of it. I know that there is a ridiculous amount of DLC sections, and I think I'm fairly committed to still doing those, so like, it would be really hard in my mind to make a justification to say, okay, I've done enough of Borderlands 2. However, once I've done all the DLC once, that certainly will be the end of this whole thing. Look at that, double 777 jackpots, and as how unvaluable they are. Invaluable. Worthless, I guess would be the right word. Like, I don't even care. I'm still only really getting greens. And on the occasion, I'm getting iridium. But this is certainly taking way too long. Like, at a certain point, I would prefer just like a save game hacker file or something, just something that would translate the amount of money you have into a random collection of items just to speed this up. This is totally not a game that needs this. Like, clearly in the playtesting, Gearbox or EA, well, mostly Gearbox since they developed the game, somebody should have come back and said, look, this whole jackpot stuff doesn't make any sense. It's just too boring and too long, and there's literally nothing else to do with your money. Like, if you were, say, a hyper-religious person who refuses to gamble even when it's virtual currency, then you would have so much money, and the best thing you could do is just buy a bunch of things at the store, and you'd still never really get anything. Nothing of any real value. And do I really even need to look at these guns? Like, at all? I think the answer is probably no. Like, let's reassess this. Shotguns. Not that shotgun. Not that shotgun. Not that shotgun. No. Yeah, I don't. I'm willing to guess that anything that's not a purple, I would not be willing to equip even if it was slightly better. Many of these weapons are not of any level 23, so I'm still picking up a small collection of what I'd say is useless items. So I go in here, sell all that, that gets you back to, up to 12,000. And then you're back to gambling. And as I level up, this system just gets worse and worse. Like, the gambling sessions get longer and longer with what feels like a 0% chance of you ever getting a purple, a 0% chance of you ever getting a gold. At least not on the first playthrough, at least not at level 23. So all you're left with is iridium, which, okay. Maybe I decided previously when I was playing that I didn't actually need more bullets, and maybe I was saving that 70 iridium up to actually get 3 more item inventory slots, but I kind of have a hard suspicion that that wasn't the case. Oh, by the way, while you're over here, I didn't mark any of these off either, so I didn't sell any of those. But the game paused during all of that. Maybe this game would play a little bit faster if I was playing online with somebody else. Like, I don't know how you do this. Like, if you're gonna speedrun Borderlands 2 without using golden keys, you'd probably need a team of 4, and every time you came to Sanctuary, you would just have one of the players spend their entire time at these slot machines, just gambling everything away. Meanwhile, you would have the other players, I don't know, perhaps fighting each other for some reason, or trying to get collectibles, or if you space out the times you come to Sanctuary, you usually have 1 or 2 quests to do. See, this looks like this is going to be the end of it, but it really isn't. Like, I'm down to 1,000 gold, but once I go sell everything, I'll be back up to probably 6,000. And what is the amount of money that is okay to sit on? I would say maybe 6,000 is good enough. Like,
My time's valuable.
see, I'm back to 39. Don't really need to upgrade the bank, but I probably do want to upgrade something. The prices are getting more expensive. It jumps from 20 iridium to 50, and so it probably jumped from 50 to 100.
You better stay on.
Which again makes it questionable just how much time over the lifetime of playing this game are you going to spend just in front of the slot machines. It's very, very weird. So many games are designed to slow you down and make you feel like you're spending a lot of time on them so you're getting value. This is just not the type of game where that should be one of them. 10,000 seems like it's good enough to me. We've spent half an hour gambling. Alright, now we need to, I think, talk.
Oh, sorry, sweetie. No work today.
Okay, so how do I drink 3 lagers?
I'm sorry, no jobs for me right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just blow your mind?
There's too many people that say too many different things.
This is a message to any Crimson Lance
That's
left
an
on
old
Pandora.
recording.
General Knox is dead, and knowing the Lance, they'll more likely cut their losses and leave you here than send an extraction ship. So unless you want to starve to death out there, you got 2 options. 1, you become bandits. 2, you join me in protecting the people of Sanctuary. I can offer you food, shelter, and the chance to fight for something real, something meaningful. A chance I know the Atlas Corporation never gave you. Roland, out.
Oh, are you Hunter Goldbach?
This is weird. Interesting, I didn't know you could jump up here. I may have just messed up and screwed up this quest. Interesting. Let's see. The Zilford clan is hiding an annual wake for Lucky Zanford, who was killed by Scooter, an ex-Hodunk, several years ago. Jimbo and Tector Hundog want you to get drunk, crash the wake, and kill everyone inside. And it starts with drink 3 lagers. Oh, you have to hit Y to buy a lager. I was looking at this tip 1,000. Okay. 1.
Careful, sugar. That's strong stuff.
And she's pulling it out of her bra.
Zanfords won't let you into the bar unless you're so drunk that Ellie looks like she's got Moxie's curves. Right. Sorry, Paul. We don't talk about those heathens while left the clan. My mistake.
Wow, you really know how to throw those back?
See, I assume by the 3rd one, I am going to just be really stinking drunk.
Looks like you've had enough. Sorry, sugar, but I'm cutting you off.
You see, didn't double yet? Get inside the Zafford bar before the booze wears off.
So, the funny thing here is this is just now fast travel, and we are going towards, where is it? What's the name of it? It's been a long time. Look at all of these things. Highlands Overlook. There we go. Yeah. So we're going into this bar, which we've been in this bar multiple times, so unless there's some extra part of this bar, the story that's being written here in this mission is not even accurate.
Come on in. The wake's just stopped.
Take your time. Find a good spot to start the shooting and kill them all.
We are here today to celebrate the life of Lucky Slovene Zafford. Lucky was a good
So we
man,
have a preacher,
kind of heart and noble of spirit. Lucky brought joy into the lives of everyone
and
he met.
we've got a lot of people.
He killed notwithstanding. Lucky loved the drink. He loved women. He loved life. And on this day, let us not dwell only on Lucky's memory, but on the low-life sister humpers who took him from us. The disgusting, amoral progeny of the Hodunk clan, known as Scooter. Mark my words, fellow Zaffords, we shall defeat the Hodunks, and then we shall truly avenge
It's
Lucky.
just a bunch of random people wandering around. And yeah, they're just all going to start shooting me as soon as I start shooting them, so let's take a nice central location and let's see. Ooh, that's seems like that gun works pretty well. One shot kills the preacher. A lot of corrosive.
I'm super green!
Rocket and roll, of course. Man, there's just corrosive acid everywhere. There we go.
Smith not there? The frig was probably out getting more booze. Ah, well. Come on back.
Who crashes awake? That's it, Hodunk. No more messing around. A fight to the death. Zafford versus Hodunk. That a one-way bound?
Sounds like we're near ready to end this war.
Ooh, they sound angry. Haul your sweet ass back to my junkyard and we'll see about ending this war.
So Ellie was the one that was causing this whole war to happen. Trying to get both sides very angry at each other so that they would fight each other. Yeah, it's been a while. They all seem to have dropped a few things. And I guess at a certain point this will be this being drunk will stop happening. I believe this character was killed in the first game. And it's really not worth my time to run around and open all of these. I've forgotten about that. Thought maybe jumping in there might do something. The concept makes sense here. This totally makes sense. Let's have a game where you shoot up a bar. Interesting, there's something under there. It totally makes sense, but it's not implemented very well. Let's see, we have a relic, increase all damage done with a specific type. Nope. Increase all health statistics. Nope. Because that would be way worse than increase the experience I get. These guns also can easily be sold, so you can sell that.
May it help you kill many things.
I didn't even really use that many bullets.
Nothing like a good sale.
I forgot grenade mods even existed in this game.
I need your business.
Okay, so wish we could fast travel here. It's kind of ridiculous. You have to come out and then fast travel. A lot of little improvements could be made in Borderlands 3, and hopefully they are. But maybe they aren't. I mean, it is possible nowadays, anything is possible, that by the time a Borderlands 3 gets made, it's not even made by Gearbox and it's a totally different game. On a totally different engine with totally different experiences. So let's talk to her and see what she wants us to do. I've forgotten how big she is.
What say we put an end to all this clan fight?
So I can either get a shield I won't use, or gun I won't use. Shield is more valuable.
Sounds like the Zephyrs and the Hodunks are raring for a final showdown, and you get to choose who wins. Get out there before the fighting starts. You don't want to miss the fun.
Alright.
Boyo, we're finally gonna finish off these Hodunks for good. Come meet us by the Lynchwood train station. Hey, buddy, we got the Zephyrs in our crosshairs out by the Lynchwood train station. Come meet us, and we can end this clan feud for good.
Only one gang is gonna survive this. Your choice as to who. Once the shooting starts, just blast away at whichever side annoys you the most. And be careful, once the fight started, you can't leave until one of the families is dead.
So, who do I want to kill?
Hi, this here's Scooter. I'll get you where you need to go.
I suppose there's more to offer going with the Hodunks and their racetrack than there is with the Irish clan, just as it is. Interesting. When did I run over that? Like, so yeah, if I was to go with the Irish clan, I don't know what they would really give me. Ideally, running over these characters is not worth the XP. That's breaking. This is accelerating. I made that mistake earlier. Like, ideally you'd want to kill them both. Just because that's what kind of game this is. But seems like I'm gonna have to pick. Oh well.
Ah, me faithful soldier. Here to help me wipe out these rednecks, are you?
The hell do you mean, your soldier? They's with us.
My wood-covered fanny they is.
We ain't sitting for more Zephyr lies. Time to end this.
Enough of this! Shoot Tector! Hell with that! Shoot Mick! Screw you! Shoot those Hodunk bastards!
No, shoot the Zephyrs!
Which one do I shoot?
Me boys wig!
They burned our homes to the ground!
Shoot him!
Shoot him!
And then it just stays right there. Let's see. See, and I just don't see a reason to go with this group. is one of them going to give us a strong gun, where the other one's going to give us a more technical thing? Like, nope. Apparently my grenade has some vortex capabilities. And each one of these characters seems to be named. So, yeah, let's just pick up everything. Guess you don't search bodies in this game. I'm having to remind myself. I wouldn't be surprised at this point, though, if they say they try and kill you. Like, that's the right way for this to go. So I turn this
away from our caravan, people. We're carrying very valuable stuff for Papa Hodunk, and I ain't getting robbed again.
The caravan is coming in town again. So we give it. They gave us a shotgun, and like, can I do nothing else? Nope, cannot do anything more. So that's the end of that experience, and I guess they wrote it relatively well there, so you don't have to worry about, oh, what would the experience have been different had I chosen the other option. You know it would have just been a slightly different gun, and that would have been it. Something that doesn't really matter. Found some guns down under the area. And because you know there's a mission here to train the Lynchwood, you know eventually getting the Lynchwood is going to be an important thing. It just happens not to be an important thing right now. So is there the next quest to do would be the bandit slaughterhouse at the fridge, which means we need to hop back in here, and I assume the quickest way to fast travel is just oops, don't do that. And there's just a guy.
That you rejoice in your temporary death. A victory achieved without suffering is no victory at all.
This is the Highlands. So I have to remember where I am. Guess I needed to go this direction. And the caravan. Where is that caravan? I'm still not really of the opinion that it is. It's probably doable as a single player, but I imagine getting the caravan is way easier if you had at least two players, somebody to drive and somebody who could just ride on the back. Alright. Ellie's not going to give you any more reward. So we're now going to the fridge. I think there probably is something to be said about the level of running and gunning in this game. That it never really is as high as you might think it would be. It's never quite as good. It is, in a lot of ways, baby's first-person shooter. I don't mean to be super insulting with that, but it kind of is the truth. Like, there's some level of simplicity in the controller setup, and it's just not super tight shooting with really difficult enemies that take a lot of health out. You would never play something like a Call of Duty or Battlefield where you had constantly regenerating health shields and moderately small amounts of enemies attacking you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The slaughter begins.
Critical hits. I don't think that's the gun for me. This thing is just slugging away big amounts of acid. But I think I need a faster gun than what I've got. Yeah, that's... I want critical hits. There's one critical. There's 2 criticals. Maybe 3 criticals. There's some more criticals. Let's see. That'll take some time off of from me. Let's see, 7 criticals. Actually, kind of easy to get criticals in this because they're running straight towards me. I don't particularly want to play around with the glass. Picking up a lot of guns. Let's take out this badass Goliath. So I need 4 more criticals and then I'm done with that, and I could play around, I think, with some more styles of gameplay. I need to speed up though. Like we are probably in a very bad position where this is gonna go long.
Critical killing is an art unto and I recommend.
2 more criticals needed. out of those bullets. These shielded characters. Wow, they all died. Obviously, I haven't been using enough slag guns. Level up. Still haven't gotten a critical kill. This gun is probably too much. That gun is way too much. Come on. Yeah, but this gun is definitely not working. Come on, more bullets. There we go. Alright, let's... So ideally, I guess right now what I want to do is, while enemies are running around, is see if I can maybe find some find this other
and I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike. You're almost done.
Like, I'm looking for the mark of the Vault Hunters. Just trying to see where it could be. Gotta level up. It's not a very fast gun. Darn it. Music is nice. Is this the music that always is playing, or is this only in certain areas? Is there perhaps something around in this area?
Get on your goddamn knees. Try breathing for fresh blood. I was soft.
We've got all kinds of guns, we've got all kinds of things. I've been kind of everywhere, so I'm thinking that if I'm missing something, I probably need to be up higher. Where is the guy? I've got a full inventory of guns to shoot.
Damn it! You survived!
That's funny because I kind of thought that I was going to have to do a whole nother wave too. But apparently not. Do hear a distinctive pounding up and down, almost as if there was an elevator or some kind of item. I have one unspent skill point. Yeah, I know. I'll get to it in a moment, game. So, you almost feel a little guilty now that I spent those 5 golden keys in an effort to upgrade my weapons, because now I'm one more level higher, and that one more level higher would potentially have given me better weapons. Maybe. Or maybe it doesn't really matter at all. And I'm gonna have to check to see if maybe I've already discovered all the hidden Cult of the Vault things. You definitely can hear some sort of noise when the fight is over. And I seriously doubt that any of these guns matter. Yeah. Let's just assume that that's the case. I think that's the way I have to play. And while it would get me a little bit of money, it's not really worth my effort to go pick up things. I seem to be getting a lot more items. That skin was new. So one item at least. See, I really kind of like the grenades I'm using, so I'm not sure I'd ever want to change what I have on that either. It's going to be a real hard sell to convince me to change anything I have.
Lovely. May it help you kill many things.
I'm at like 16,000 as far as money is concerned. Next, killing an enemy with a melee attack restores health. Adding another one of those will get 16% of my health back. I didn't realize that that was happening, but probably should have known that. Let's see. I don't think I really need backstab, so take that. I guess what we're trying to get to is this point. We have tokens which we can, let's see, sure, increase the reload speed and increase gun damage and increase shield capacity. And let's see, where are we? I don't even know where we are, so it'd be quite questionable about trying to figure out how many of these quests I could actually work on. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of generic quests that were kind of close to halfway point or past the halfway point. Let's see. Fink's Slaughterhouse. Cult of the Vault. So we'd already found that. So my efforts to run around and look for it were in vain. And I think that was a pretty good warm-up episode. We want to turn this in, and then we will be asked, I assume, to do around 3 and around 4, which we'll do next time. And then I'd like to run around the fridge and see if I can figure out what that is as far as this undiscovered quest, because I should be able to discover it. And if I can't find it, then we're going to do doctor's orders and then do the story mission in the wildlife preserve, which will move the story forward. That's going to be it for this recording. A little bit slow, almost certainly, but this is what I needed to do. Again, when we get back to Sanctuary, if I need to gamble, I'll try and do most of that off screen. I know I did some of it on screen this time, and it took about 30 minutes, so apologies for that. But I think also that is a very valid way to show off just how much time you're going to spend doing that, or you're not going to care at all, and then it's going to negatively affect you. Like, if you just didn't gamble, you wouldn't get the iridium. If you don't get the iridium, you're not going to have space to hold more bullets and hold more guns. And you're just going to have a worse time. In fact, there's arguably not even a good experience you can have with this inventory system. I'm really leaning more towards the idea of maybe you should just hack your save file for infinite backpack capacity. If you can do something like that, a mod like that would be really interesting. I did see that there actually is a Borderlands 2 mod that's in the works. We'll see if it gets copywritten and taken down, but it changes the way Borderlands 2 works to work on the same time-stopping mechanic as the game Superhot, which really doesn't change too much. It just means when you are moving forward, the rest of the physics engines, so whether the bullets are moving forward, whether the enemies are moving forward, happens at the exact same speed. So if you just stand still, all of time freezes. When you take a step, bullets go one step further towards their target. Enemies go one step further towards wherever they were going. Slightly interesting idea. Surprising that there are any mods for Borderlands 2. Because there certainly aren't as many as, like, say, Skyrim, but that certainly wouldn't be the one I would be interested in. I'd be much happier with just infinite backpack capacity. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites like Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, all that information is down below. And maybe this is the first time I've said it, but I've started a Patreon, and the information is down there if you want to support me that way. Or if you just want to give me a one-time donation, you can still friend me on Steam and gift me a game or a gift card. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.